sorry, it's not quite ready for the dyno. We've still got to do a service. I'm not sure if I mentioned that with the silver sedan as well, is after doing work like this where you got covers off and there's risk of getting contaminants in the oil or anything like that, we'll always just do a service afterwards anyway, just for peace of mind. We just get them running and just warm them up so that they're warm to dump the oil. But yeah, after something like this, we always do a service. The other thing with running them like that is try and filter out anything that may have gotten in there. We're always very careful to keep things covered and make sure all the oil drains from the head are blocked up and all that sort of stuff, but you still have risks of getting contamination, especially in something like this where we had to clean up so much of the RTV. You know, you be as careful as you can, but there's always that little bit of risk that something made it in there. So a quick run to filter as much of it out as we can, dump the oil, fresh filter, fresh oil, and then we're out to go onto the dyno, which we did with the silver wagon already. I'm pretty sure I just didn't film it. By wagon, I definitely mean sedan. It's been a long day. Righto guys, so I actually ended up going for a big gallivanting trip all around the countryside yesterday, so I wasn't here for the finish of the dyno tune on the ute. However, Rex managed to smash it out and get it done, and this is what we ended up with. So we've ended up with a 419, which is quite a good result. So we've gone from 333 to a 419 with our modifications and some extra boost. Where we are there at that 419, we're starting to, it seems as though we're starting to approach the limit of the turbo. It's got a turbo smart actuator on it, but we are not able to get any more boost into it. We're at maximum duty cycle running that sort of PSI. So what was it running, Rex? About 15? About 15 and tapers back off to 13, eh?
About 16, 17, and then tapers down to 13.
Yeah, okay. Right, so yeah, so it's starting to taper down and fall off, which is usually an indication that you're out of housing. So it seems as though that's what's going on. But anyway, so that's pretty much the result, which is pretty good. So now we're moving on to the silver sedan, and we'll see what we can do out of that. If we can get a similar result out of this thing. Supposedly got the high flowed turbo, so hopefully we can get a fairly similar result, but through the auto. I'll be happy with that. So. Alright guys, I was busy in the engine room with the GoPro and stuff, but Rex has finished off the tune on the silver sedan. Just taking it for a street drive. Reckons it hauls ass, it goes really well. So we ended up making 400. 402 I think was the highest run. I'll try and bring it up on the dyno. Righto, so we do have a 402 run, but it was a really bad graph because it was rocking up on the dyno heaps. So the good looking run is the 400, but we did manage to make 400, which is nice. This was just the closed loop boost control losing its mind over the way the dyno ramps up. So, but anyway, yeah, 400 wheel, which is nothing to snarl at. That's pretty good. And yeah, through the auto, that's a pretty good result. So this one was making the 356 when it got here on 10 pound, but I had to get out because it was super lean. It was getting real lean.
I wouldn't trust that run.
Wouldn't you?
That 356 run number, I wouldn't trust it.
What was that?
I was just looking at what we've seen and the way that it behaves.
So that 400 is on 16 pound, which is pretty similar to what the Ute was running. So obviously the Ute being a manual made a little bit more at the wheels, but either way, that's a pretty happy result. Anyway, it gives me some pretty big confidence for the VS for this big girl. Hopefully the VS we can make sort of close to our sort of 360, 370 that what I make out of that little turbo. So look forward to this build. It'll be coming very soon. I've been filming quite a bit on it. As you can see, it's getting there. And have a look at this, they're multiplying. So this is another Barra here. This one is for the E46 that's outside. So we're doing turbo Barra ZF 6-speed E46 with that one. So, you know, we did say this year was going to be the year of the Barra, and it is shaping up that way. So another thing I haven't talked about much in this video at all, you know, we talked about how we sell the valve springs for the Barra. We also sell the tool. Obviously we can do the install as well, as you've seen, and do the tune. But I do get often people asking me about selling injectors. If we sell injectors, we don't sell injectors. And the reason we don't is, as tuners, we completely understand how absolutely imperative it is that you have good injectors in your car, a good set of good flow match injectors that are good quality and they actually work. That's why we always tell people never buy injectors from eBay or anything, always buy from a reputable dealer, always get a flow match set that's dynamically flow matched within sort of 5%. It makes all the difference. So the reason we don't sell injectors is because we don't have the facilities to test injectors and do dynamic flow matching and make sure that we can sell dynamically flow matched sets. So, you know, injectors are such an important thing. I don't feel comfortable just selling people a random set off the shelf, just because as tuners we know how bad that can be. So that's why we don't sell injectors. We will not sell injectors until we have such a facility, if we ever bother to develop such a facility or get one set up. At this stage we get all of our fuel system stuff through Jay at Brisbane Fuel Injection Services. He's a really helpful bloke. So if you need to get injectors for your build, I can't stress this enough. First person you need to talk to is your tuner. I could make a whole video on about why, but talk to your tuner first about exactly what you're planning to do with your car, what ECU's in it, and what injectors. And yeah, your tuner will let you know exactly what injectors they would like you to get, and they will probably also let you know exactly where to get them. But if they don't, I recommend Brisbane there at Brisbane. I recommend Jay there at Brisbane Fuel Injection Services. So that's my little rant for the afternoon. Yeah, we don't sell injectors for those reasons, and that's where I recommend getting them. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. Hope you've enjoyed this little Barra video, I guess. Been a whole lot in a little time. So far the Ute went yesterday, and so far the T5's holding up well, so we'll see how the BTR holds up as well. So they're both pretty much the two weakest boxes that they ever offered with the turbo Falcons, and both of them are making 400 horsepower plus. So yeah, see how they go. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Head to the store, buy yourself some parts for your car, head to the other store, the merch store, and buy yourself some t-shirts for boost gumps and stuff and stickers that are available now. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, see you, bye.